carboxylic acids and esters. Definitions. Pause the video and read the following. Nomenclature of carboxylic acids. Pause the video and read the following. 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 Examples. You may pause the video if you can't catch up. Example number 1. Hexanoic acid. Counting of the carbon atoms will start from the functional group itself. Remove V and add oic acid. Example number 2. 7-methyl-nonanoic acid. The locant is 7, the prefix is methyl, the parent is nonene, the suffix oic acid. Combine them as shown in the video. Example number 3. Pentane-dioic acid. Can count in either direction, same answers. The di in the dioic acid represents 2 carboxyl groups in the organic compound. Example number 4. 2-ethylheptane-dioic acid. Count from the smallest possible values of the locants. Combine them as shown in the video. Example number 5. 2-ethylheptane 5-ene-3-inoic acid. Put them with their corresponding locants just before the suffix. Make sure that the "-ene" is always before the "-ine". Example number 6. 4,5-hydroxyheptanoic acid. More than one functional groups are present. The suffix is still oic acid because the carboxylic functional group dominates the other functional group. The other minor functional groups will act as substituents. Common reactions of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids react as typical acids. These are: number 1. Acid plus metal goes to salt plus hydrogen. See the example below. Number 2. Acid and base goes to salt plus water. See the example below. And number 3. Acid and carbonate goes to salt plus carbon dioxide and water. See the example below. Carboxylic acids also give another important reaction called esterification. Here, they react with alcohol to give an ester plus water. See the example below. Typical applications of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids are found widely in nature. Here are some examples. First up, methanoic acid. Methanoic acid is commonly called formic acid. From the Latin for ant, formica, as it is a compound red ants inject to their prey. It was first isolated by distilling red ants. Secondly, ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is commonly called acetic acid. From the Latin acetum, meaning sour wine. This is because wine, which is a solution of ethanol, is oxidized in the air to form ethanoic acid. Vinegar is a dilute solution of acetic acid. Ethanoic acid is widely used as a food preservative and condiment. Ethanoic acid reacts with other chemicals to form numerous compounds of commercial importance. They include cellulose acetate, which is used in making acetate rayon, non-flammable motion picture film, lacquers, and plastics. Lastly, benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is used regularly in food preservation, in treatment of bacterial infections, and combined with other chemicals to create products like repellents and perfumes.
Esters are organic compounds containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. An ester is the product of an esterification reaction between a carboxylic acid and an alcohol. Ester names are derived from the parent alcohol and acid. Thus, their structure consists of two parts, one deriving from an alcohol and the other half from a carboxylic acid. For example, the ester formed by ethanol and ethanoic acid is known as ethyl ethanoate. Ethanol is reduced to ethyl, while ethanoic acid is reduced to ethanoate. Thus, in general, names of esters are of the form alkyl carboxylate. In naming, one must able to identify the three major parts of an ester. First is the ester functional group, second is the alkyl group, and third is the carboxylate group. The red part, O double bond C single bond O, represents the ester functional group, while the R prime represents the alkyl group, and R represents the carboxylate group. Now, let's try to name some examples. First, we must identify the functional group. For this instance, it's the one that is encircled by a red marker, O double bond C single bond O. This will then divide the compound into two parts, the alkyl group and the carboxylate group. Second, we must identify the alkyl group, which is found beside the single bonded oxygen. For this instance, it was encircled by a blue marker. And the rest, the unencircled part, is the carboxylate group. In naming, the alkyl group is written first, followed by a space, and the carboxylate group comes next. In this instance, since the alkyl group only has two carbons, it is named as eth plus il, or ethyl. Since the carboxylate group has four carbons, it is named as butan plus O8, or butanoate. Thus, the first example is named as ethyl butanoate, the second is named as pentyl octanoate, and the third is named as propyl hexanoate. Now, let's tackle common reactions of esters. Examples are esterification and hydrolysis of esters. Esterification is a reaction wherein alcohols and carboxylic acids are heated in the presence of a catalyst to produce an ester and a water byproduct. In this reaction, ethanol reacted with ethanoic acid to produce ethyl ethanoate and water. When an ester is heated with water containing a strong catalyst, it will produce a carboxylic acid and an alcohol. The reaction does not go to completion, meaning the reaction is reversible. For this example, ethyl ethanoate is heated with water and catalyzed by a strong acid. This will then produce ethanol and ethanoic acid. So, in essence, hydrolysis of esters is the reverse reaction of esterification. Esters are known for their characteristic smells and are mostly found in the following. They are also responsible for the flavor of foods and the smell of flowers, thus making them useful as perfumes or flavorings. Here are examples of some esters and their corresponding smell or taste. Also, they are very good solvents for polar organic compounds. Additionally, esters called parabens are used as food and drug preservatives because they can prevent the growth of microorganisms such as molds and yeast. Moreover, due to their sweet smell, they are used as soap and detergent and also cosmetic.